Welcome to our first tea break topic. I'm Sarah Swain of Cohesive Living.
And I'm Denise Balyoz of Your Soul Space.Life.
And I have my mug of tea here I'm on flamingos. What have you got, Denise?
I've just got a blue and purple mug. Some of my favorite colors.
And hopefully those of you listening, I've put the kettle on, made a cup of tea or a coffee, and I'm just taking a few short minutes to pause and reflect. And really, that's what we wanted to do when we set up these tea break topics, because there's a huge value in things being short, simple, short and sweet. And Denise is a real expert about taking a moment to pause and stillness practice. So Denise, do you want to explain a little bit why we thought of this concept?
Sure, yeah. Well, not everything requires a major renovation. And sometimes we feel this niggling urge to change something in our life, in our home, in ourselves. But oftentimes, and we tend, particularly as women, I think, we tend to think, oh my God, we have to tear down the walls and rebuild from scratch. But actually, sometimes that craving for change can be satisfied by making just tiny little tweaks, a little bit this way, a little bit that way. You know, simple and short is really, really powerful. I tell my students that all the time. Short, simple practices are better than one long practice every once in a blue moon. And actually, I don't know if you agree, Sarah, I think short and sweet is really essential when you're as busy as we all are today.
Yeah, I can't deny that as an interior designer, there are times when I would just love to take a sledgehammer to a wall and knock the whole wall down. But you're absolutely right that if we just sit and reflect a little bit, we can make little changes around our homes that give us a boost. And actually, the interesting thing is those little boosts add to our sort of general feeling of well-being and energy. And we actually can build up to some quite big changes that if we need to, or let those little ones accumulate.
And so what do we mean by short and simple? Well, really what we're talking about is just taking a pause. Public speakers in their training are taught that one of the most powerful things that they can do is to pause when they're delivering their message. So what Sarah and I are talking about is teeny tiny details in the home, or teeny tiny adjustments in, even you can experience this right now. So look at how you're standing or sitting, and then make just a tiny adjustment in lifting through your spine. And it doesn't even have to be inches. It can just be a millimeter up, and notice how different you feel in your body. Pauses are actually built into your breath. So if you think of your breath as a wave on the shore, you breathe in, and just like the wave coming up to the shore, and there's a tiny pause that happens just before we breathe out, where the air turns itself around in our lungs, where the water turns itself around on the beach to then flow out for the exhale or back to the ocean. And then we pause, and then we inhale again.
Sorry, I'm taken away now.
You want to be on a beach, don't you, Sarah?
I want to be back on the Cornish beach. I have a little picture behind it. Life is better on a Cornish beach, and I'm just gone there for a moment. But even just that moment just makes you feel better, brings you back. And even just as you just said about sitting up straight, I did it, and it just gives you a little bit, changes its energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, changing your energy with teeny tiny little things that then can open you up into something new.
And I guess this takes us back to the concept of the tea break topics, because we're all going to put the kettle on at some point during the day. So I guess for anybody, if you could use that as a prompt for the day, just like while you're waiting for the kettle boil, you stand a little bit different. You just catch your breath for just those few minutes. I've never timed how long it takes the kettle to boil, but it's just a few minutes.
A minute or two. But yeah, what can you do today to pause? And in that pausing, can you notice? Can you shift? Can you listen? And then respond to whatever you notice in that respond to whatever you notice in your listening, to just make little teeny tiny shifts.
Yeah.
So
brilliant. We're doing that.
So we wanted to thank you for joining us here today. This is the first of the tea break topics. And Sarah and I really want you to be able to enjoy the whole series. So we'll have a series of 6 or 7, Sarah?
Yes, at least, yeah.
At least. So we'll put the link in the post wherever you've seen us. So if you click on that link, you can register and get the entire series for free, so you don't miss anything.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Enjoy your tea.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bye.